What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is it is Tuesday, September 16th, 2025, and we are back with another live here on the Touring Your Rain Reloaded channel. If you have not done so already, please be sure to go ahead and hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you are new. And if you are new to the channel, I'm glad that you are here. And speaking of subscribers, I checked my subscribers. Y'all, we are officially at 74,000 subscribers. Put 74K in the chat. We hit 74,000 subscribers this morning. Shout out to each and every one of you who helped to grow this channel to where it's at. We're continuously growing. It's a slow burn, but we getting up there. We getting up there. Shout out to each and every one of you. I'm glad that all of you are here. If you are a member, a mod, if you even over on Patreon and the Discord, any of my followers on my various social media accounts, y'all help to contribute with the growth of this channel. I definitely was not able to get here on my own. So shout out to each and every one of you. But before we get into everything, while we're still in the acknowledgement mode, let me acknowledge those who are in the chat right now or came in a little bit early. We got Corinne Cottrell, Jerome Davis, Honey Badger. Some of y'all was here since last night. Raging Woody, Yanni, Anita Harrell, Dark Titan, Miss Nisi, almost shouted out myself, Letitia, RBJ, Andrea Flags, and Andrea Jones. We got Eddie Foster, Roku Muro, Brother Man to You, DSM Sinister, Daryl Brown, Solo T40, Chris Vesey, Mansa Musa, E equals MC squared, Piston Honda, SD Johnson, Iron Will. And also, while we're at it and giving shout outs, everybody put happy birthday in the chat or HBD in the chat for Iron Will, because today is Iron Will's birthday. Shout out to Iron Will. So we celebrating 2 times today. 74K on the channel and Iron Will's birthday. Shout out to Iron Will and happy birthday to you. Let's see who else we got in here. Melanated Mantra, Yusef, Dark Titan, Don P. Who else is in here? Code Red. And that is it so far. Shout out to each and every person that's in the chat. I'm glad that each of you are here. So I got y'all real hyped yesterday because I had posted this up on my community tab and y'all went crazy in the comments just in the community tab about this upcoming live. So I'm not surprised that y'all are coming in droves for this. So today we will be going over or breaking down and examining Erika Kirk's speech about her late departed husband, Charlie Kirk. Now, some of you have probably seen just bits and pieces of her speech, and I know which part that y'all probably saw, the one about her saying she's going to get revenge on these evildoers and all types of stuff like that. Well, I was able to retrieve the entire speech, and the entire speech is about nearly 18 minutes long. It's like 17 minutes and some change. Now, what I ended up having to do just to dodge the copyright thing, just in case, because I remember what happened the last time, I downloaded the video, but I put an overlay over an image overlay over the video itself, so you won't be able to see her talking, but you'll be able to hear her. But trust and believe me, how she looks in this thumbnail is pretty much the same stone face that she pretty much had for the majority of that video when she wasn't being, in my opinion, very performative. So that is what we're going to be going over today. Shout out to Kid Gravity and AKG. I did get a chance I was watching your live. I was kind of in and out of the live, but I did catch what y'all was talking about. And interesting, when you got on that Pam Bondi part, I went on my Instagram and someone ended up posting up in their story about that same Pam Bondi part that you was talking about in your live. I'm telling you, they are losing their freaking minds right now. I told y'all. That's why I told y'all when I did the live about Charlie Kirk last week, when everything went down, I said he was a large piece on the chessboard for them, and that's why they're scrambling the way they are. If he was just some low-level individual, they would not have gone as heavy for this as they have. And a small update with that, they have officially charged Tyler Robinson with his death. Like, then he got hit with a whole slew of charges. I think KG went over that in his live as well, because it was a breaking news story that came out like maybe about a couple hours ago. So he has officially been charged. Last thing I heard is that the dad rejected the reward money, and I think they said he's giving it to the Kirk family or something of that knowledge. But this is going to be one of those things, of course, it's still going to be a developing story as time continues to go on. So that was the little update that I wanted to bring to y'all before we actually get into this itself. But before we actually do, put a 1 in the chat. What's going on, Wallow? Put a 1 in the chat if you have seen or heard, rather, the entire speech that Erika Kirk gave. Put a 2 in the chat if you have not. Like, this will be your first time hearing the entirety of her speech from beginning to end. I'm going to go ahead and put a 2 because I didn't spoil myself. I did not listen to the whole thing. I just found it and I said, let me just download it. I got it, and I didn't listen to the entire thing. Just that little piece that's been floating around social media that everyone's consistently posting. All right, so I don't have that many ones. I see Condi, D-Money, Anita, Brother Man to You, Condi Equations, Dark Titan, Nini, Savion looks like the only ones who have seen the entire thing, but everybody else, the majority in the chat, left a 2, which means, hey, we about to hear some stuff. Mansa Musa said kind of wanted to because he saw some of it, but not the whole thing. We'll just put you at a 2. Shout out to Sammy Brown for kicking off the super chats. He says, Torian, do you think Charleston White will receive backlash, mocking and making I'm guessing you're trying to say making fun of Charlie Kirk's death from both black and white conservative pundits? Well, first off, shout out to you for the super chat, and to answer your question, I think he's already started to receive the backlash. And now I can't stand Charleston White. Like, I think he's definitely a tap dancer. As a matter of fact, if y'all were around my channel for a while, y'all know I did a whole live about him and Anton Daniels, and that was a hard one to get through. Having to tackle 2 tap dancers in one, that was tough. But it's interesting, though, because actually it's proving our point, because they love it when he is throwing black people under the bus, which he does often. But the minute he says something about Charlie Kirk, then it's pitchforks and tiki torches, further proving our point. But to answer your question, no, he already actually kind of has received backlash, honestly, to truthfully be honest with you. But I actually, it's some stuff that I'm going to talk about in the weekly recap on Saturday that's going to talk about some other people that have received backlashes as well. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, all the stops that they're pulling out for this one individual. But now that I've gotten through all of that, and shout out to each and every one of y'all that's in the chat so far. We got 161 people in here so far. Make sure y'all, if y'all haven't done so already, hit the like button, hit the share button. I'm about to bring up the audio, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. Jesus.
Good evening. My name is Erika Kirk. Charlie Kirk is my husband. I first want to thank the local, state, and federal law enforcement who worked tirelessly to capture my husband's assassin so that he can be brought to justice. I want to thank the first responders who struggled heroically to save Charles's life, and the police who acted bravely to make sure that there were no other victims on that terrible afternoon. I want to thank the officers who have protected our Turning Point USA family these past 2 days. And I want to thank the Turning Point USA board, the COO, Justin Strife, and my husband's chief of staff, the amazing Mikey McCoy, for all their work in these terrible days to be the stability for our family and for the wider Turning Point USA family as well. My heart is with every one of my husband's employees who lost a friend and a mentor.
Understand this, y'all. Anybody who was attached to TP USA, employee who ever had the same mindset as him, there's no way you would have been working for that company and not had the same mindset as him. And I had to pause it right here because I wanted to answer a question I saw in the chat earlier, but I didn't get a chance to address it. Somebody has said that they believe that Erika was just as racist as Charlie. I will have to agree with you, because think about it. This woman knew this man's mindset. She is well aware of what this man said. To my knowledge, she looks like she's never checked him on anything he has ever said, which means she is in agreement with what he was talking about. Not only that, but she ended up getting engaged, then marrying, and then procreating with him twice. So yes, and to answer your question, she has the same mindset as he does. And you'll hear that as you know, as we're going along with this audio.
I want to thank the staffers of his amazing Charlie Kirk show, who helped him broadcast from this studio, this chair. Every day he loved it. He loved what he did.
Why is she whispering? I know y'all said it in the chat, but I got to ask myself, because I was going to leave it alone after the first time, but I'm asking myself, why is she whispering? It's not like, I don't know.
I thank the millions of people who have shown their love for Charlie here in Phoenix, across America, and worldwide. I want to thank my husband's dear friend, Vice President Vance, and his phenomenal wife, Usha, for their love and support. You guys honored my husband so well, bringing him home. You both are tremendous. I want to thank President Trump and his incredible family for the same. Mr. President, my husband loved you. And he knew that you loved him too. He did. Your friendship was amazing. You supported him so well, as did he for you. 2 days ago, my husband, Charlie, went to see the face of his Savior and his God.
Are you sure about that?
Charlie always said that when he was gone, he wanted to be remembered for his courage and for his faith. And one of the final conversations that he had on this earth, my husband witnessed for his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Isn't it interesting? The last bit of dialogue that he said was gang violence. Interesting, right? I'm still stuck on the fact that those were the last two words that he will have ever said. And I forgot where I was listening to, but someone had mentioned about the last tweet that he ever made. And it's just like, I don't know. This was like some interesting alignment right here that nobody saw coming. Nobody.
Now and for all eternity, he will stand at his Savior's side, wearing the glorious crown of a martyr.
Look, did y'all hear what she just said? Did y'all hear what Erika just said? That her husband will be wearing the glorious crown of the martyr, aka she's fine with people martyrizing her husband, which is what they're doing right now. She's fine with it. Mind you, this was made a few days after people started to do the martyr thing. So she's basically telling the people, keep doing it. Keep making my now deceased husband a martyr. She's fine with it. That's why I said I'm glad I found the whole audio, because again, this is right what I just heard right here. I didn't hear in anywhere else. These are the same people that, and I'm glad Wallow brought it up, that kept telling us that we should not have made George Floyd a martyr. I don't know not one black person that made George Floyd a martyr. Y'all were the ones that, and if anything, with your obsession with him, y'all are the ones that tried to martyrize that man by saying we was doing it, and we weren't.
Charlie loved life. He loved his life. He loved America. He loved nature, which helped him always bring him closer to God. He loved the Chicago Cubs. And my goodness, did he love the Oregon Ducks. Want me to say go Ducks, so I have to since they play on Saturday. So go Ducks. But most of all, Charlie loved his children. And he loved me with all of his heart. And I knew that. Every day I knew that. He made sure I knew that every day. Every day he would ask me, how can I serve you better? How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better father? Every day. Every day. He was such a good man. He still is a good man.
That's just a matter of opinion, y'all, about her saying that her husband's a good man. And of course, I expect her to say that. But again, at the end of the day, that's just a matter of opinion. But apparently now, according to a lot of people online, especially those over on Twitter, if you have your opinion about Charlie Kirk that's not in line with how they felt about him, then you're in the wrong. And you might get a pink slip if they find out. That's the wildest thing. I can't believe it's gotten to this point where people are losing their jobs behind how they felt about this man. Mind you, all they're doing is in responding in kind to what he said about them and what he just said, even stuff that he's spoken into his life. That's the crazy part.
He was the perfect father. He was the perfect husband. Charlie always believed that God's design for marriage and the family was absolutely amazing, and it is. It is, and it was the greatest joy of his life. And over, he would tell all these young people to come and find their future spouse, become wives and husbands and parents. And the reason why is because he wanted you all to experience what he had.
Or he probably got wind of those low birth rates and said, we need to try to get these numbers up. Because I can almost guarantee you he probably wasn't talking to non-white families when he said this.
And still has. He wanted everyone to bring heaven into this earth through love and joy that comes from raising a family. It's beautiful. Charlie always said that if he ever ran for office, I know a lot of you asked if he ever was going to, but privately he told me if he ever did run for office that his top priority would be to revive the American family.
How did I know that's what she was going to say? If he ran for office, his top priority was going to be to revive the American family. And what did I just say about them low birth rates? Again, we know exactly what we know his code speak. Lee Atwater taught us over 40 years ago in Elite Audio. John said Nick didn't get the memo, and he won't. This is hilarious to me, y'all. Again, if y'all haven't hit the like button, make sure y'all hit the like button. I appreciate it.
That was his priority. One of Charlie's favorite Bible verses was Ephesians 5, verse 25. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. My husband laid down his life for me, for our nation, for our children. He showed the ultimate and true covenantal love. I will never, ever have the words to describe the loss that I feel in my heart. I honestly have no idea what any of this means. I know that God does, but I don't.
No, MD, this is not the funeral. This is her speaking at Charlie Kirk's studio. This is not the funeral. I don't even think they had the funeral yet. This is like 2 or 3 days after. That's why a lot of people was kind of like looking at this with a side eye, because it's like, if she was going to talk like this, why not just wait until the funeral to do it? Because it's like, you're saying this right now, but what are you going to say at the funeral where they're going to expect you to say something as his widow? But nah, this is not the funeral.
But Charlie, baby, I know you do too. I know you do. So does our Lord. And our world is filled with evil. But our God, you guys, our God is so good. He's so incredibly good. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. Already I have seen the worldwide outpouring of love for my husband. I've heard the testimonies from people my husband inspired to get married, to start families, to seek out a relationship with God. It's the most important one of all. The evildoers.
Okay, y'all, we're getting into that part. We're getting to the part that everybody has seen. We're getting to that part where when she started off with the evildoers. I think this is the part right here that everyone who has saw the clip, this is that part right here.
Responsible for my husband's assassination.
And let me just stop right there. Evildoer, Erika, not evildoers, as in more than one. There was only one person that took out your husband. His name is Tyler Robinson, and he's 22 years of age. And he's currently locked up right now because his family or family adjacent turned him in. And he has been hit with a slew of charges as of a couple hours ago. Evildoer. I think that's the part that a lot of people had a problem with when she said that, because she's trying to make it seem like it was a mob that did this. No, it was just one person. And still to this day, and it's been nearly a week, and not one of those individuals over there have called this what it is, which is white on white crime. They called it everything else but that. And they are hating that we are throwing that in their face.
Have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love.
If that's what she wants to tell herself to sleep at night, go right on ahead. But I'm telling you right now, I have the strongest inkling that Tyler didn't take out Charlie Kirk because of what she just said. That's what they would want you to believe. But we know different, especially because of the history that we have involving Charlie Kirk as Black Americans, FBA, and the stuff that he has said. Why do you think that governor of Utah said what he said, that he prayed for 33 hours and was hoping that it wasn't one of us? They were hoping it was anyone else but a white person, man or woman. And then finding out it was a white guy brought down their entire week.
But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country.
That part right there. Listen to what she just said right there. And also listen to the tone. I always tell you to pay attention to tone. Like, listen to the bass drop in her voice. She says, You have no idea what you have just unleashed across this country. I said, I bet you this woman has a cauldron at home. I said, she's probably a cauldron spinner. And when people heard that, we was like, well, Erika, do tell. What has just been unleashed? Because when you say unleashed, you make it sound like it's about to be a plague of something. Like it's about to be something biblical. What's about to be unleashed?
In this world, you have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen.
Got to keep them ducats rolling in. Got to keep that money rolling in. Got a lifestyle to maintain. And pay attention, y'all. This is nothing but dog whistle language, if you ask me.
It will not die. All of us will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it. It will become stronger, bolder, louder, and greater than ever. My husband's mission will not end, not even for a moment.
Now, really pay attention to what she's saying and talking about her husband's mission and unleashing this and everything. And then listen to what she said at the beginning. It sounds like night and day from what she said at the beginning, which for her came off very light. But now when she gets to this part, which is where probably, where are we at the time? We at the 9 minute and 24 second, we're about halfway through. Now it sounds very dark, like very, very dark right here.
And one of Charlie's greatest talents was his ability, this phenomenal ability to choose great people to follow him.
Ha! That's funny.
He could always find the ones who could handle any setback. And it's almost like he knew. He could see it in you. Even when you couldn't see it in yourself, he just knew. He knew you could handle it. You thought you only had 5% left, and he knew you had 15. He knew you were ready to go that extra mile even when you didn't. He always challenged people around him to work harder and to be better. He never gave up. And I love knowing that one of his mottos was never surrender. So I want to tell you that we'll never surrender. We never will. Ever. Ever. Our campus tour this fall will continue.
Like I said, got to keep that money rolling in.
There will be even more tours in the years to come. America Fest here in Phoenix this December will go on. It will be greater than ever. The radio and podcast show that
Understand this, though. People are still going to show up to these events as long as she's spearheading it. Mainly off of the back of course, with her husband's decease. However, while they're doing that, they're going to be in the background trying to find Charlie's replacement. Because she's not going to be it. Because she got to stay home and take care of their 2 kids. And it's especially harder on her now because guess what she is? Put it in the chat, y'all. Put it in the chat. What is Erika Kirk now? What is she now? I want to see who's going to say it first. Jerome Davis got it first. A single mother.
he was so proud of will go on. And in a world filled with chaos, doubt, and uncertainty, my husband's voice will remain. And it will ring out louder and more clearly than ever. And his wisdom will endure. My favorite, my favorite too, but my husband's favorite word in the English language.
Oh, I can just about guess. It's probably not anything she's about to say. Probably the N word, if I had to guess.
Was earn. He would call all of you to be people of action who earn the future America deserves. So to all of the young people who felt inspired by my husband's faith and hard work, all of you already know what Charlie would want you to do. You know. You know.
Listen what she said. You all probably know what Charlie would want you to do. You know. And now what they out there doing in the streets right now, talking about white men fight back. I think that's the most ridiculous protest I have ever seen. White men fight back. I'm going to talk more about that on my weekly recap on Saturday. That is hilarious to me. Fight back against other white men. Shout out to O'Brien Tucker for the 20. I appreciate it. He says single mother, that husband basically died off of gang violence. I appreciate it. And ironically, the double entendre, because those were his last two words.
If you're in high school or if you're in college, go find your local Turning Point USA chapter.
Here's the recruiting.
Join it. Stay involved. He wants you to make a difference.
No, they want to keep the members up because they probably feel like, oh, we got to keep them members up because if Charlie's gone, we might lose numbers. We might lose memberships. You know? Because let's be real here. A lot of people only went to that TPUSA stuff because of him. If they had the opportunity to meet him or whatever the case may be, that's why they were there. But now that he's gone, Samuel, what's going on? Shout out to you again for another 2. He said, Charlie Kirk says single moms need to give kids up for adoption. I appreciate it.
And you can. You can. The movement's not going anywhere, and it will only grow stronger when you join it. If there isn't a chapter, you can't find one, then start one. There is no excuse. You can start one. And as
Here's this is supposed, again, y'all, this is supposed to be about her husband. But this is the sales pitch. She is turning into the snake oil salesman right now. This is the sales pitch, and she probably most likely learned it from her husband.
my husband used to say in this room every single day, if you want to get involved, the best way you can do that is going to tpusa.com. That's what he would say every day from this chair. Every single day. I watched his show every day, and he would always say, if you want to get involved, go to tpusa.com. If you're a pastor, join our movement at TPUSA Faith. And if you're a parent, I highly recommend that you come to America Fest in December. Sign up right now for that because we would love to see you. I would love to see you. Charlie would. He'll be there. He'll be there in spirit. Bring your kids, bring your family. But most important of all, if you aren't a member of a church, I beg you to join one. A Bible-believing church.
Listen to what she just said there. That was another dog whistle. She said, go to a church, a Bible-believing church. Because you know how Charlie Kirk felt about other faiths that were not Christianity. And don't you dare think about bringing up Muslims in that Quran. I saw a video maybe about a week or two before Charlie Kirk lost his life. And you had, because, in their faith, they just, they have to pray and they'll pray anywhere. It doesn't have to be in their home, but if they have to pray, they're going to. Well, they had a bunch of them in New York just praying, just communing and praying. And it's probably just a regular thing. Anyone in New York probably sees it and it's nothing. You had the usual suspects on there who probably followed behind Charlie Kirk up there talking about we need to get rid of Muslims. This is a Christian nation. They said a bunch of other things, but I can't repeat it on here.
Our battle is not simply a political one. Above all, it is spiritual. It is spiritual. The spiritual warfare is powerful. palpable.
Oh, to answer Tedros, yes, I have seen. I did see TBA's live when he was talking about what be going down at these TPUSA events. If you ask me, based on the allegations, and if they are true, TPUSA was nothing more than a PC freaknik. And I'll just leave it there.
Charlie loved his Savior with all of his heart, and he wanted every one of you to know him too. He wanted everyone to know that if they confess the Lord Jesus Christ who rose from the dead, then they will be saved. Hear me when I say this, nobody is ever too young to know the gospel. Nobody. Nobody is ever too young to get involved with saving this beautiful country, this country my husband loved and still loves. And nobody is ever too old either. There's no age limit. I know my husband is still here. He's watching over us.
Watching over or watching from under? We got to clarify this.
I don't remember the last time I slept. I couldn't sleep last night. And Charlie, baby. Charlie, I promise I will never let your legacy die, baby. I won't. I promise I'll make Turning Point USA the biggest thing that this nation has ever seen.
It will never get to that point. And I'm putting my foot down on that right now.
I promise. Charlie, I love you.
She's whispering again. Can someone in the chat tell me why she's whispering again? Please. Is this supposed to be a tribute video or an ASMR? Someone please help me. Help me.
I love you, baby. Rest in the arms of our Lord as he blankets you with the words I know your heart always strived to hear. Well done, my good and faithful servant. When I got home,
I had to be petty for a little bit. I had to be petty just a little bit. Y'all know I had to do it. We are at the 14-minute and 58-second mark.
home last night, Gigi, our daughter, just ran into my arms. And I talked to her and she said, Mommy, I missed you. I said, I miss you too, baby. She goes, where's Daddy? What do you tell a 3-year-old? She's 3. I said, baby, Daddy loves you so much. Don't you worry. He's on a work trip with Jesus, so he can afford your blueberry budget. And my goodness, am I so humbled to witness Charlie, you alongside Jesus right now, doing what you always want to do, baby. Making heaven crowded, right? That's what it's all about. Making heaven crowded.
Terriel said, I looked up Charlie Kirk and he was born on my birthday, October 14th. Well, look at it this way, Terriel. Now your birthday has become less crowded.
I can't wait to see you again one day. Thank you all again who love my husband, who supported him, who wrote him an email every single day during his radio show. He read all of them. All of them. God bless you all. And may God bless America.
Erika Kirk.
Okay, y'all. So that was the end. That was the end, y'all. We made it. Wasn't that interesting? Shout out to the 342 in the chat. I'm glad that each and every one of you are here. I have nothing more to say right now, so I'm going to leave it up to you. So for those who would like to come up, and I know you do, the link is right there in the chat. Feel free to come right on up and we can go ahead and discuss it. I will be turning the timer on today. So the timer is on. Just giving y'all a heads up. All right. Let's see. Y'all came up fast. Like y'all all came up like literally all at the same time. All right. E equals MC squared. What's going on?
Hey, what's up? How are you, Dorian? Are you fine? But seriously though, so first off, this was my first time seeing the full thing. I don't know what to think about the speech. Really, I kind of my sentiments echo what you have been saying and what everybody else in the chat has been saying too. Her posts on X though, of her, like, have you seen the videos of her kissing his hands while he's laying in the casket?
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was very weird to me. I mean, I understand, like, okay, but it's the fact that was she recording that herself or somebody else?
Somebody else was recording it for her.
Okay.
I mean, Merle Evers and Coretta Scott King. I mean, those women were inconsolable. You know what I'm saying? But with her, I don't know. I hate to say this, but it's like what everybody says, just performative. It's just very performative. It's to rile everybody up and kind of get everybody to make it seem like he was some type of martyr. You had mentioned that they're thinking about giving the guy that shot and killed him the death penalty. Do you think, because this is maybe I'm being a little too extreme, but I would not be surprised if they televised his execution because of just how upset that they are. Will you think that they'll go to that length?
I don't think they'll go to that length, because then they'll have to do it for everybody else, like, who does something very extreme. So I don't think that, and honestly, I don't think many, except for them, they would want to see it. I personally, I wouldn't want to see that. Like, me personally.
Right, but I'm saying
the only thing is, something like that is only supposed to be intimate. The only people that should be there, of course, would be her, and other family members. Possibly his family for sure is going to be there, and that should be it. I don't think that they should televise and make a grandiose thing of this, because that's like, nah, I don't think they should do that.
But you see how petty these people are, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it just seems to me like I think that they're so desperate to the point now where they'll do anything to make an example out of somebody, if that makes sense. I don't know. That's that was just a thought that I was having, just listening to her and, seeing everybody's reaction to all of this. They also don't really understand that white people like them hated her husband the most out of any demographic, out of any group.
The show, look at who took her husband out.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of white folks did not like this guy. A lot of them. And that they don't get that. They don't understand that. I don't know what she means by they. I mean, who the hell is they? That's what I want to know. But that's all I had to say. Thank you, Torian, as always.
No problem. Wallow is somewhere cheering in the background. Wallow probably somewhere throwing a whole parade right now, throwing confetti up in the air and everything. All right, next up, Jonathan, what's going on?
What's going on, man? Man, that stuff is crazy, man. Like, why does she sound like new Cyber off Monica Bellerin when she was whispering?
Like that whispering was killing me. I don't know why.
Like, I can see it in her. I can see her whispering words right now. I'm going to say so glorious. I was like, girl, if you don't sit your crazy or lost mind some ass down somewhere with that nonsense, like, what are you gonna do? Because I'm gonna be honest. Low key, that was I feel like she was making some low key threats to whoever she felt was responsible. I'm like, you better worry about the man that shot your wife. You saw did you hear about the HBCUs being targeted for
Yeah.
death threats?
Are you asking me or are you asking her?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, yeah, because I talked about it in my weekly recap live this past Saturday. Yeah, I heard about it.
The nerve for them to do to bring threaten black students after they done got people fired from their jobs. The only people that should be threatened is them. Like y'all they are the most biggest hypocrites on this earth. And this lady right here is very performative. Like everything she said was BS. The only reason why she's whispering, look, let me tell you when white women whisper like that. When they whisper like that, bro, that means something bad gonna happen. And I'm afraid you're gonna be doing some more videos of incidents that happened to someone, and it's gonna be blood on her hands. So, hey, always prepare yourself when a white woman whispers. That's all I can say. Because if a white woman whisper in my ear, my eyes like this, and I'm backing up. I'm like, never mind. I don't want to have nothing to do with her. That's scary. Like she was scary, but at the same time being performative. And that man ain't earned no spot in heaven or nothing. So yeah, but that was a joke of a speech that she did. And I'm gonna land my plane right there. These people
All
need
right.
help, bro. They really do.
All right. Appreciate you coming up, Jonathan. All right. Next up, let's see who do we have coming up. Oh,
Heed my command and reclaim these relics of hatred.
Hurricane Niecy, what's going on?
Well, first of all, my ass ain't whispering. I got too much natural bass in my voice. After listening to the whole scripted and stage, that wasn't no speech. That was her damn babbling diatribe. That was a recruitment. You know the word.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. At the end of the video, like that's again, I said that was her sale. That was the sales pitch.
Mm-hmm.
She's basically saying, "Hey, she's saying my husband is gone, but please don't revoke your membership because the leader is gone." That's basically what she was saying.
I'm right now as I'm speaking with you, Torian, I'm looking at the avatar and I'm noticing the eye. They're slit like snakes.
Mm.
That's what I'm noticing.
Yeah, a
And
lot of
that,
people notice that.
and that blue-eyed, blonde hair snake. Oh, she gonna get bit. All of them gonna get bit. There is no rest for the wicked, baby. I land there. B1.
B1. Shout out to Hurricane Niecy for coming up. And in the case of, they say if you're not first, you're last. In this case, if you're not first, you're fourth. Wallow, what's going on?
What's going on, Torian? What's going on, everybody in chat? I got my buzzer! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You doing all right, sir? Oh, hold on real quick. Jonathan, next time you do that, get your goddamn lips out the damn phone. I'm sorry. Anyway, that was just very... Why was she whispering? And why the hell is she out there speaking 2 days after her husband got shot in the neck? Who told her to do that?
Yeah, a lot of people was like saying to themselves, like, why is she going out there so soon? That's why I said because I didn't know when I didn't know, I didn't care either. When you said his funeral was supposed to be on Sunday, she could have saved that for Sunday.
Yeah, it's supposed to be at the Arizona Cardinals Stadium, allegedly. But anyway, this they won't nothing but trying to scare somebody. It was just awkward and weird at the same damn. Like, sit your ass down somewhere. Go to Amazon. Go get you one of them black dildos and enjoy your life. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and enjoy it. Like, we all know you people at TPUSA like to get freaky. Y'all like to get freaky. Y'all like to do every damn thing. Y'all worse than the Diddy party. Y'all heard? Never mind. But anyway, what else should I say? No, I got two predictions. I'm gonna be KG for a little bit. The man person of the year is gonna be Charlie Kirk, and they're gonna have a movie out with him in the next 10 years. And I'll land there. B1.
Appreciate you coming up. I didn't think about that. What Wallow just said at the end about them trying to make him or name him Time a Person of the Year. Now that Wallow said that, now that seed has been planted, because now I'm gonna be thinking to myself, what did they actually do that? I would not be surprised if they did, because they have given it to some questionable people in the past. Anyway, next up, Samuel, what's going on?
Hey, Torian, what's going on? How you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, but you were right, Torian. The backlash for Charleston White has already begun. They said that all of his touring dates have been canceled. His management had immediately fired him after that phone call that he did with Aiden Ross, who actually put that out with Charleston White making fun and mocking Charlie Kirk's death. He was the one that put that out and said that everybody's going to find out what you did and let's see who supports you afterwards. Yeah, but you know, Torian, I really don't understand why you have guys like Dr. Umar and Derek Grace. They trying to condemn us black people for saying we need to stop mocking Charlie Kirk's death and things like that. But I'm like, nobody's not really mocking his death from the black community and stuff like that. If anything, more white people.
Care.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more like we just don't. It's more like we just don't care. Like, for instance, they had like a whole memorial. I don't know if you saw it or not, but there was a video where it was this white. I don't know how old he was, but he was young. He went out and they had like a whole memorial there for them, and he went out there and I think he started like knocking over the candles or something like that. They snatched him up and literally jumped him. It was another one that happened in Idaho. Someone was on a scooter and he was like saying some stuff. They did the mob mentality thing, ripped him off the scooter and started jumping him. You had them white women in there saying, "Get him, get him, get him." But
yeah,
they want to say we're so, but they want to say we're so violent.
Right, Tori, and these are more instances of W on W crime. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, when somebody had responded to Derek Grace talking about how can you get up there and try to say, you know, we shouldn't be doing this and, you know, smearing that person's death because the roles will reverse. You think Charlie Kirk will try to wouldn't mock your death and things like that? He would probably be like, well, hey, that's just how they are. They said that to Derek Grace. And then they were talking about black people really need to stop getting behind these, you know, people like him and Dr. Umar, because they honestly don't do anything for the black community.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. Because, you know, like I said, as much as I don't support Dr. Umar, I don't really rock with Derek Grace either, because where's his school that he says he's trying to build too, right, Torian?
Right.
Yeah, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it at there. You know, it's always good to hear from you, Torian. Keep doing what you're doing. And I got a feeling, Torian, we're going to see you on a way big platform. B1.
B1. Wallow, you didn't get the buzzer. You had about 14 more seconds and you would have got your second buzzer of the day. And to answer Lewis No's question, he said, who got jumped on their bike? It was a vigil that they had for Charlie Kirk in Idaho, and the person was on a scooter and he was riding along on the scooter and he was basically like antagonizing the people that was out there, and they pulled him off the scooter and they jumped him. Like, the video is floating around social media. You should be able to find it. If you have a Twitter account, you might be able to find it, because that's where I first saw it at. And then the other one that I mentioned too was one he was going around and he was kicking over the stuff at the vigil that they at another location, and they pulled him down and basically jumped him too. So yeah, it's getting crazy out there. And of course, you know, they got that whole white men fight back protest, which again, like I said earlier, is one of the most silliest protests ever, but then got the nerve to get upset when black people at a time went out there and protested in the street. Now look what they're doing. You know what? Like I said, I'm going to save that for Saturday. So when I do my weekly recap on Saturday, make sure you're back here at 4 p.m. Eastern time, because that's going to be one of the topics. All right, next up, we got Mansa Musa. What's going on?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, white America, let me whisper in your ear. Tell you something that you like to hear. Black people ain't got nothing going on for real. Let me tell you, but single mothers have like kids. Like, yo, shut up. Whispering, I don't want to hear that whispering. Wait till you see my son about to be racist to you. Like, all right, that's enough. Like, all right, all that whispering, miss, you gotta relax. People are upset, rightfully so. If people feel a way about Guy, I ain't saying his name, we know weird. The dude who got whooped on for kicking over the vigils. That's kind of what you get, even though even if the guy was a piece of you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we ain't with him. Like, you can't be over there kicking over vigils.
No, the reason why I brought it up, even though he did it, and I definitely agree with what you're saying. If this was a black person that just had the nerve to do something like that, and it was something dealing with a person that we lost or something like that,
right?
And we reacted the same way,
all
they
over
would
the
have
news.
said not only that, but you would have heard the usual buzzwords, thugs, gangsters, the N word, exactly.
Right. These niggers
with
they're
this
violent.
With this happened, they were justified.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's why I brought it up, because I said it's the hypocrisy.
Yeah. This is going to be a returning cycle. Everything is going to be exactly the same. I don't know if it was you or somebody else said it. That like, give it 2 weeks and hockey come back on. This should be over with.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
Just say that, but like, you see the picture you posted. Why she look like a reverse Oreo? But anyway, then another thing, I saw somebody's video. I want to say it was Seiji Hito. He does like commentary. I think he responded to one of his videos.
Oh yeah, I've been familiar with Seiji Hito for years now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I recently checked him out not too long ago, and I don't know if you see the one about the dude talking about Civil War and all that.
If it was a recent video, I probably did, because I know I watched maybe the last couple of videos that he did. So it was probably one of those. Yeah,
when I seen that, he was like, "Listen, Trump, just give us the go. We'll take care of this all within the weekend. You guys need to just bring the purge back. We'll take care." I don't want to hear none of that. Don't want to hear none of that. I don't care how many times y'all been practicing in the woods shooting deers. This is different. I know y'all like killing people in video games, but this is real life. If you want a civil war,
this is not Call of Duty.
Yeah, this ain't Call of Duty. And if you want a civil war, it's going to destabilize the entire country. There will be no more bar hopping, no more tailgating. There will be no more cheese and crackers today. There won't be no more of that. You guys have to be ready for war. Are you ready? We need to go to war. They're killing us. Our numbers are in the negative. I can't enjoy football anymore. My bad. Let me get out of here. I got the buzzer.
All right. Appreciate you coming up. Wallow, you got your second buzzer of the day. I hope you're still in the chat. And it was a comment someone just left, and I wanted to see it. Yes, I did hear about the Trey Reed story. That will also be in the weekly recap on Saturday. Again, that's why I said y'all got to be here on Saturday at 4, because I'm gonna go over that. I probably have almost about the same amount of stories this week as I did last week. So make sure that on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern time that y'all are present and accounted for, because that is another story that I will be talking about, because I definitely have a lot of suspicions with that one. But let me bring up the next person. AW1, what's going on?
What's going on, Torin, in the chat? Yeah. They talk about, well, let me ask you, Torin. I mean, we all, obviously, I think we all do. I mean, seeing the husband get killed, that's, I think she probably should have waited. But, I mean, I will give her some credit for even doing it, having the strength to even do it. But to try to divide us and say, oh, it's their fault. And you see what the right is doing right now. Not that I'm a fan of the left, because we're independent over here. Yeah. We're woke independents. Not that bastardized version either. Piers Morgan. And I'm kind of pissed at him right now. Did you see what they did to Cornel West recently?
No.
Yeah. Look, I don't agree with Cornel West all the time, but overall, he's a good guy. He's a good man. He should never go back on Piers' show ever again. Because Piers is about making his money. He said it right. I know, brother, you about making your money. Go ahead, you got to make your money. I can't, because this dude was just attacking him. So basically blaming him for Charlie Kirk's death. I'm thinking, wow, really? I mean, Cornel West is one of the most forgiving Christians I've ever seen in my life. He loves everybody. But yeah, that should be another video. Bo, did you hear about those two pastors, man? black pastors?
Well, I know about one of them.
There's two of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope you do. I hope you do a
I know
video
about
about
one
it.
of them.
Yeah, you should do a video about them. They're trying to cancel them right now. Oh,
Of course they are.
and Benjamin Watson. You remember him, the football player? He did a post. Oh, Whitlock went after him. He's not a real Christian. Yes, he is. He's more Christian than your fat ass. Benjamin Watson actually thinks for himself. I don't know what his political view. I don't care. Overall, he's a good guy. He speaks his mind. There's things he said I disagree with, but overall, he's a good guy. But anyway, back to her. I don't think it's gonna bring us together, man. These Republicans are crazy.
Yeah, they already listen. Her saying that right there, as far as I'm concerned, that was her line drawn in the sand moment right there. So listen, I'm sorry like this. If y'all gonna have this fight or whatever it is, y'all keep it over there.
Don't blame us.
We over here are minding our black ass business, as far as I'm concerned.
Facts. And Torian, you keep up the good work, brother. Stay woke and be one.
Be one. You didn't get it a third time, Wallow. All right, we about to bring up the last person. This is the last person, y'all. So if y'all see the link floating around, don't click it. Xavier, what's going on?
Hey, brother Torian, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, it's been a while. Been out in these streets. Evil people getting their comeuppance and all that. But I couldn't be bothered, man. I just wanted to put my 2 cents on this. This lady gives me really bad vibes.
You ain't the only one.
First off, I can't imagine losing, a loved one like that in such a violent manner. I lost my dad, and I know what my mom went through. She damn near lost her mind. So, if any credit, if any benefit of the doubt I could give her is that she's not in her rational mind. I can't really predict what someone will do under these
under duress. Like that's why a lot of people were saying, why did she come out and make this statement so soon? And then when you got to the part about the unleashing this and that and stuff like that, that's when people was like giving you the side eye. What it should have did was it should have ended right before she got to that part. But then when she got to that part and went further, that's when it's like, oh, this thing went completely left field.
Yeah,
that's why that part is the one part of the thing that went viral, and not so much what happened or what she said before that.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I think I saw a video. I don't know if you know this creator, Tabitha Talks Politics, where she talked about this thing that Candace Owens, our favorite Coomstress, she was saying that there's some conspiracy behind his death, and
of course Candace would say that. Of course she would.
So yeah, I take her word, like I take her words with ginormous grains of salt. But looking at the evidence, I don't know. I think that the day she's talking about may not actually be who we think it is. It might actually be the people that Charlie apparently was fighting with. But I guess more will come out in the coming days. I don't know. It's just I think it's something you might you want to look at, maybe, if you care. I don't really care about this guy, honestly.
I really don't. literally, like when you're telling me that, I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm at where I'm at with it, and that's it.
Honestly, it is what it is. It is what it is, and I feel nothing. It's the I feel nothing crew. I honestly don't ask us for empathy, because Charlie didn't believe in empathy, so you'll be dishonoring him anyway. Fuck, buzzer. Anyways, thanks for bringing me up.
All right. Shout out to Xavier and Wallow. I know you're still lurking in the chat. You got your third one. This has got to be a record. 3 in a day, that's got to be a record. But anyway, y'all, that was the last person to come up and speak. Shout out to everyone that came up and spoke, and also shout out to Samuel, O'Brien, and Samuel twice, O'Brien, and also I didn't check this one, Lisa. Shout out to you for the super chats and contributions. As y'all know, it is Tuesday. So if y'all are over on Patreon, y'all will be receiving a new Patreon exclusive video this evening at 8 o'clock. Shout out to everyone who came through. Shout out to all the members, all the mods, all of you. I'm glad that all of you came through. There will be 2 videos tomorrow. As far as I know, I don't think I'm not going to have another live until the weekly recap on Saturday. So I think that's going to be the next time I go live. But anyway, y'all, we about to get up out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Be safe. And of course, most importantly, be one.